I think one of the major challenge basically in Indian SME market is that first of all, of course, there's a lot of people who commit and do not deliver. So our image is very bad. I think I have hardly found a person who said, no, this I will not be able to do. I think everyone said, yeah, you will be able to do. Just give us money, give us what I will do that. But they don't deliver. It has been so many occasions. So I think trust is a major challenge basically.
Welcome back to MSME Talk podcast for micro, small, medium enterprise businesses and startups. This is part of MSME Day 2025 special episode series by MSME Talk on Semiconductor MSMEs in India, Challenges, Trends and Opportunities with Sanjeev Kumar, co-founder and CEO Logic Technologies. For better experience, I would suggest you to switch to 1.25x speed and also don't miss to subscribe at @MSME Talk on YouTube, Apple and Spotify. Joining us today is Sanjeev Kumar, co-founder, CEO of Logic Technologies, one of India's top engineering research-focused MSME working on semiconductor and aerospace engineering. A very warm welcome, Sanjeev, on MSME Talk, special episode on the occasion of MSME Day.
Thank you, Tripti. I'm really excited to become part of this podcast. Thank you.
So, Sanjeev, we are going to understand the industry insights of semiconductor MSMEs who are serving defense, communication, aerospace kind of part, your own perspective, your experiences, and how you're looking forward for. So, we'll begin with a first question to you is, over the past year, right? What are the top 2 to 3 trends you have observed in India's semiconductor space?
So in last 2-3 years or last 1 year, the 2-3 trend is that the investor is looking to invest in India. I see this clearly. I see there's a lot of push from government basically to create an ecosystem, semiconductor ecosystem. That's the second trend. The third thing, I see some of the people leaving good, stable jobs come in companies like Intel. But I see, yes, there are clear trend that the world need India to grow in semiconductor side. Right? We have now money available. Government is super supportive, and finally, the talent is also coming up.
Okay, so now let's understand similarly linked to this, how has the role of Indian SMEs evolved in this domain over a period of maybe, obviously you can throw some light not only in the last 1 year, but maybe prior to that. And are global players increasingly open to working with India-based IP designs or validation or semiconductor MSMEs?
I would say India has been contributing into world semiconductor supply chain, right, by providing very talented engineers. Because this domain is, I mean, the work is difficult. Maybe I don't know if making a nuclear bomb or car will be much more difficult, but I think making a semiconductor chip is very, very, very difficult. So, of course, role of SMEs, I mean, will be absolutely important or critical in this domain because I don't think that big company is going to invest that much, right? So the agility, the speed, and the investment that a small company require to provide the same thing compared to big companies is in an order of fraction less. So SMEs really have to come up, but I think I see there's so many SMEs still working on the services domain.
Okay, so Sanjeev, this leads to my next question to you is, since we see there is a huge opportunity, but Indian SMEs are still not at a place where to encash that opportunity to go
Yeah.
up the curve, right?
Yes,
So
yes.
what are the biggest challenges these high-tech MSMEs in India face when scaling up and going up the curve? Funding or skill gaps
I
doesn't
think
have.
one of the major challenge basically in Indian SME market is that first of all, of course, there's a lot of people who commit and do not deliver. So our image is very bad. I think I have hardly found a person who said, no, this I will not be able to do. I think everyone said, yeah, you will be able to do. Just give us money, give us what I will do that. But they don't deliver. It has been so many occasions. So I think trust is a major challenge basically in our Indian. The second challenge is also after trust is the fear. People or the companies does not want competition. They're always killing competition. I see that. Now funding, of course, funding. I mean, our Indian semiconductor VCs, I don't think that they are still ready to accept investment in semiconductor. Although I've seen the people starting. I mean, we have got funding, so I'd say it's not that there are again people who has vision and they are ready to take risk. But I think still it is very low. Skill gap. I mean, of course, even if you hire engineers from IITs and IITs, right? You still have to invest like 6 months to a year before they can be productive. And we do that. And there's a lot of companies do that. So again, hiring and retaining a talent is a major challenge because
Okay.
that's also because there is not enough engineer. There's not enough good engineer, I would say.
Okay, so to maintain the quality of delivery to the products, you need
Yeah,
high quality talent.
absolutely. We need engineer, passionate engineer.
Retaining, yeah, right, and to get and retain a high quality engineers and the talent, competition with the large corporation globally is a
Yeah,
big challenge. So, okay, got it.
yeah.
So, Sanjeev, let's move to the other inputs which we need from you is. Uh,
Mhm.
with the government's push around semiconductor emissions, specifically so much being talked about, and Indian government is also doing it, and they also came with the PLI schemes. So,
Mhm.
what kind of tangible impact have you seen so far for design-led semiconductor MSME space? We understand it's there for the large companies;
Right.
they are doing it, they are
It
taking. But
is.
are you seeing anything in MSME
No, I
space?
think whatever I have seen till now, it is only for the large player. It is focusing the manufacturing side, right? And not the design side. Although there have been
Okay.
things, but it's very difficult. I mean, to get there, really to convince because people who are kind of accepting these proposals, they do not understand actually what the people are writing. India has to become self-sufficient. They don't. I'm not asking to do only no manufacturing or making an SoC. I'm talking about creating our own EDA, developing our own IPs, developing our own tool chain, and then developing our own chip. Right. So the complete ecosystem has to come, and we have to think at that level if we want to successful. Otherwise, it will be very difficult.
Okay. So now these large players who are coming up in the PLI schemes and
Mm,
semiconductor schemes,
mm,
okay.
mm,
I'm talking about Indian space.
mm,
While there are small players, MSMEs, or small startups for that
mm,
matter,
mm,
who could be their vendors or design the way you're explaining it, they are
mm.
not understanding it, that
Mm,
before going to the step 5 you need to
mm.
go through the step 1 and 2, and first
Yes,
1 and 2 you might need to reach out to the small, even if it's small player who are working in it, okay.
yes,
And
yes,
that's where the growth of all the players will happen. So,
yes,
right, so
yes,
are
exactly.
are okay, now we have already understood that there is a lack of proper talent in the small space in India.
Yes.
So
Mhm.
are we seeing international small medium enterprises or startups coming up and cashing the designing and other support services to these large companies of semiconductor in India?
In India, no, I think not. I mean, the small company, let's say MSMEs, kind of companies of US or even Europe. I don't think that they really look India as a market. At least not till now. I've not seen that.
Okay, got
Right.
it. So
I think
there's a right time if already the
yes.
players in your industry providing it
Yeah.
to make efforts to align and see how you can do it. Okay, got it. So Sanjeev, what changes would you like to see now from a policy or industry ecosystem perspective? I know you have shared couple of points which are there, but let's understand even say government policy or maybe one or two industry ecosystem perspective to make India a more competitive base for deep tech product or semiconductor companies or the design validation companies like yours who are working in defense areas, like you guys provide a lot of services to defense areas and aerospaces.
Yeah.
Any policy in your
Yes. I
mind
think
or
yes. Yes.
industry?
Absolutely. And I know a lot of people is not going to like it when I'm going to say that. I think. government is doing a lot. Things has been improving year on year. There is absolutely no doubt that our growth really started in around 2010. Last 10 years has really grown very fast, right? So many companies coming in. There's so many different business models. People are getting money. And I saw that I read it somewhere, right? I think the medical students are asking government that as all the doctors has to work in villages for some time. I would say all the graduates from IITs or NITs have to work in India for 4 years, 3 years, right? Whatever they are learning and whatever the government is investing in them, they have to return back to India before going to US, right? For easy jobs. And trust me, the life is not easy there also, right? So I think we need to really, I think the talent is one of the major challenge with India, that we are not able to
Okay.
retain and attract talent. I think that has to change. And
Okay.
government
So
really need to
how,
look into that.
right. Okay. So you're saying there need to be some policy from the government where talent retention becomes an
Yeah.
important part
I
for
think,
the
and other
industry.
things, what I would say, they should work, they should come with some policies to retain talent in India, right? I think as doctor need to serve in, I think in remote villages for, I think 1 year, 2 years. I think engineers coming out of all the good colleges, they need to serve India engineering ecosystem for at least 3 to 5 years. And yeah, I think that's, I would say from the policy side, from the government, from the industry ecosystem, I think we don't need to compete. I think that's what I would say. I've already said this to many industry experts, that we don't need to compete. There's so much to achieve, right? There is no point of winning orders on a very low cost, very low margin, right? Make money out of it. Give it to your employee. That's how you will retain and create more talent, right? You have to pay them. I mean, I all if a person is getting, let's say, X lakh rupees at a defense company in my company and 2x at AMD, I mean, they should go to AMD. Absolutely, there is no doubt about it. I will stay to my. But then let's say if I am giving them 1.75, and then they should also recon. So I think it's
Yeah.
both way side. I would say we have to pay good to our engineers. Then only they will retain here. Then only they will be able to deliver. So I think win-win for everybody.
Okay. So what I understand is two perspective coming from your suggestion. One is the policy related, where government can think through of something how the high caliber engineers who are trained, who study in India
Yeah,
can be
yeah,
retained, and they can support the
yeah.
upcoming businesses, even the
Yes,
MSMEs and startups who are coming. How can
yeah,
they serve for some time mandatory? Okay,
yes,
a very interesting suggestion.
yeah,
I hope someone from the government listen to it. And the second suggestion which you are saying is, in the industry players, please look forward for collaboration than the
yes,
competition, in the
yeah,
simple terms.
yeah,
Collaborate and grow together, support, make a cohesive ecosystem, rather than fighting for each other. And that also is impacting retaining the talent, because
yes,
that's where you are hiring the talent of other companies at a higher price. And so let's make the complete collaborative ecosystem is
yes,
something suggestion coming.
yes.
So good, wonderful, Sanjeev. Thank you so much for throwing a light of your own experience being in the industry as an MSME player, and giving your services to the global players sitting in India.
Yeah.
And now you are seeing India opening up. So we hope you are able to get more clients from India. And while in your pitch you keep mentioning Europe and US as your clients, and maybe very soon you should start saying India is my biggest client.
Yes, I think absolutely. I'm looking forward to that. That's what we are working on. I think next 5 to 10 years, I think I should be able to say that. I will be able to say
Wonderful.
that.
Okay, I would hope that should come be within less than 5 years and not to wait for 15 years. So wonderful. Thank you so much for your time. See you again.
Thank you, Tripti. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye.
Hope you got some insights from this MSME Day 2025 short episode series. We have covered other topics as well on this series, like MSME invoice discounting and trade receivables, semiconductor MSMEs in India, EV MSMEs in India, and circular economy adoption in textile MSMEs in India. Do dive into these short episode series for interesting insights and updates. Like always, do send your feedback and suggestions on connect@msmetalk.com. Dear listeners, since last 3 years, you have been listening to MSME Talk audio podcast on Apple, Spotify, Amazon, etc. Now it is available in video format on YouTube as well. Also, I would like to tell that more information and updates are not covered on podcast, for which you have to ensure that you subscribe our newsletter and follow us on social media. Links are given in description.